The morning sun had just begun to rise over the sleepy little town of Brooksville. The roads were quiet, lined with oak trees, and the only sound was the soft chime of the bell above Maggie's diner. Inside, the smell of fresh coffee and fried eggs filled the air. Emily Parker, a young waitress in her mid-20s, moved from table to table with her usual warm smile. Her apron was worn out, her hair tied in a messy bun, but her heart was pure. She wasn't rich, but she was rich in kindness. For months, an old man had been coming to the diner every morning, sitting at the same corner booth, wearing the same faded coat and torn hat. He never ordered much, just a cup of black coffee, and even that, sometimes, he couldn't pay for. But Emily never let him leave hungry. She'd quietly bring him a plate of pancakes or a bowl of soup, pretending it was a mistake order from the kitchen. "Another mix-up, Mr. Henry," she'd say cheerfully. "Guess you're lucky today." The old man would smile shyly, his eyes tired but kind. "You're too good to me, miss. The world doesn't make people like you anymore." Emily would laugh softly. Then maybe it should start again. It was a chilly Tuesday when things took a strange turn. The diner was quiet as usual, the smell of rain hanging in the air. Mr. Henry came in, as always, sitting in his corner booth, but Emily noticed something different. He seemed nervous. His hands trembled as he held his coffee cup. "Everything okay today?" she asked gently. He looked at her, his voice shaky. "I just wanted to thank you for everything. You don't know what your kindness has meant to me." Emily smiled. "Oh, don't mention it. You remind me of my granddad." But before he could reply, the sound of tires screeched outside. Two large black SUVs pulled up in front of the diner. The doors swung open and several men in suits stepped out. The entire diner went silent. The men entered swiftly, scanning the room. One of them pointed straight at Mr. Henry. "There he is." Emily's heart dropped. "What's going on?" she whispered. The man in the lead, tall, broad-shouldered, with an earpiece, said firmly, "Ma'am, please step aside." Mr. Henry sighed deeply and stood up. "It's all right, son. I'll go with you." Emily panicked. "Wait, what did he do? He's just an old man." The man in the suit looked at her, surprised. "You really don't know who he is?" Emily shook her head. The man smiled faintly. "This is Henry Whitmore, founder of Whitmore Industries. He went missing 5 years ago after his private jet crashed into the ocean. Everyone thought he was dead." Emily froze. The old man she'd been feeding for months was a billionaire. Later that day, the news spread like wildfire. Henry Whitmore, found alive after 5 years. Emily couldn't believe it. Her regular customer, the quiet man she thanked for pancakes, was one of the richest and most powerful men in the country. 2 days later, she got a call. "Miss Parker," a deep voice said on the other end, "Mr. Whitmore would like to see you." She hesitated. "Me? Why?" "He said you saved his life." When Emily arrived at the Whitmore mansion, it felt like stepping into another world. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, security guards everywhere. Mr. Whitmore sat by the window in a wheelchair, dressed neatly now, but still wearing that same gentle smile. "Emily," he said softly, "you gave me food when I had nothing. You gave me kindness when the world had forgotten me." Emily shook her head, tears in her eyes. "I didn't do anything special." "You did," he replied. "After the crash, I lost everything. Not my money, but my will to live. I walked away from it all to see if anyone still cared about people, not power. And then I met you." Emily didn't know what to say. Mr. Whitmore continued, "I spent my life building empires, but it took a small-town waitress to remind me what humanity really is." A week later, the diner received a letter, handwritten, sealed with gold wax. It was addressed to Emily Parker. Inside was a note. "Dear Emily, for your kindness, I am giving what cannot be repaid, a future. Enclosed is the deed to Maggie's Diner. It's yours now. Use it to feed others just as you fed me. With Gratitude, by Henry Whitmore. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she read it. Attached was a small key and a bank check, enough money to change her life forever. But Emily didn't leave town or move into luxury. Instead, she renovated the diner, painted a sign over the door, Whitmore's Place, where kindness is served daily. Every morning, people came from far and wide, not for fame or money, but for warmth and humanity. And on the corner wall hung a framed photo of Mr. Whitmore and Emily, smiling side by side. Months later, as the sun set over Brooksville, Emily served free soup to a homeless boy. When he looked up, shyly saying, "I'll pay you back one day," Emily smiled and said the same words Henry once told her. "The world doesn't make people like you anymore. Then maybe it should start again." And just like that, kindness continued, one meal, one heart, one miracle at a time.